Hi, this is Amaka, the Excel coach, and I'm happy to have you here in this lesson. We've been looking at a series budgeting in Excel. You'll agree with me that most budgets tend to stop at the production cost, but production does not tell you whether the business is making a profit or not. Now, the selling and administrative expense budget moves you from gross profit up to operating profit, and that's what I will be looking at in this lesson. We'll be building the budget, selling and administrative expense in Excel, walking you through using the same scenario we've been using from the beginning of the series. So if you have not watched the previous series, just stay with me. After watching this lesson, I'll advise you go back and watch the previous series so that you will appreciate and understand how they get connected to each other. Right. So let's go right into the training, and I'll see you on the other side of the training. Okay, selling an administrative expense budget. Thus far, let's look at what we have built in this series. First, we were able to design the sales budget, which you can see here. This is the sales budget. Then we move to the production budget. You can see the production budget. This is in the units of measurement, is in units. This is what we're able to design. And we have the material usage budget. If you have followed me through up to this point, you should have this designed and a replica of this right with you over there. Then we have the material purchase budget, this section. Then we have the direct labor budget. This is the direct labor budget. You can see for yourself. We have the hours. This is direct labor budget, the hours. And this is direct labor budget, the cost. This is the hours worked, and this is the cost to the hours, right? The cost of direct labor. Then we have the manufacturing overhead budget. So this is the manufacturing. And in this lesson, we'll be looking at the selling and administrative expense budget. So let's go and build our assumption. Mind you, we're working with the case study, Amaka Global Limited, that is into manufacturing of luggage bag. And here we have the on selling and administrative expenses, sales commission is 2% of sales. Marketing expense is 5% of sales. Transportation expense is 55,000 monthly. Rent is 70,000 monthly. Utility expense is 50,000 monthly. Admin staff salary is 200,000 monthly. Depreciation expense is 20,000 monthly. So let's pick it one after the other. Sales. The sales commission is 2%, so we'll have to put 2%. Then marketing is what, 5%. We'll put 5%. So we'll just copy and let's use the fill handle and copy to the right. Good, that's it. So the next is transportation is 55,000. Just put 55,000. Rent is 70,000. Rent is 70,000. Here we go. And utility expense is 50,000. Utility is 50,000. Admin staff salary is 200,000. Admin staff is 200,000. And depreciation expense is 20,000. Having captured all this, we can just, because these are constants, this is more like, you will notice this is variable. I have to separate it because sales commission is 2% of sales, as we can see here, 2% of sales. So it means that these are more like variable selling and administrative expense, because as your sales increase or reduce, this sales commission expense will also be impacted on. But these ones are fixed. Whether you're making 100 sales or 1,000 sales, these are fixed expenses. So we have to separate it into a variable selling and admin expense and fixed selling and admin expense. All right. So having captured the assumption, we'll just pick this, use the fill handle and copy through to the or through the month we are looking at. Right. So we are done with the absorption. So what we'll be going into now is to do the computation of the schedules. All right. So for the schedule, looking at this now, we may not be able to do any computation here for this particular selling and administrative expense, we won't be doing the computation because we already have our sales in the budget because we need the value, the sales value. But what we have in our schedule here is more like the sales unit, right? If we had the sales value here, we'll have just computed it here. Mind you, this is not cast on stone. You just design it in a way that it can easily be, updated, right? Good. It can easily be updated. And mine, I didn't want to have too much formulas on the model itself. But notwithstanding, the formulas will be imputing is not much, just 2% of sales, right? So let's go right into the budget and compute. So it says sales commission is 2%. So it says equals to, then we move right into the assumption sheet, go to the assumption sheet and pick the 2%. Watch what I'm doing. This 2% times, then we go back to the budget sheet and we go to find the sales value for that month we want to compute. So we're just picking the total sales value of both big size, medium size, and small size. So we just use the total sales value, the sales revenue. Right. Now, this is where I want to just make a little tweak to my cell reference. Now, because I'll be copying the formula through to the right and down, right? I don't want the row to go down. I want the row to remain row 9, but the columns can change, right? So I will just highlight this and I'll press F4. Now, when I press the first F4, it just gives me the dollar sign is in front of, you can see the dollar sign is in front of the column alphabet and the row number. But I just want it to be in the row number. So I'll press F4 the second time. And here we go. This is what I want. I want the row to be constant. Don't change the row as I move this formula downwards and to the right. Right. Do not change the row. So that is it. For this particular assumption, I want it to be relative. And that is why I left it that way. And you will know why I did so. So having structured my formula to be dynamic, I'll just click enter. And there we are. So all I need to do is just to copy downwards. Let me bring it up so that you can see. So what I did was I just used the fill handle, copy downwards, then the same fill handle I copy to the right. And that is it. There you go. Now marketing expense is what? 3%. So it's assumption D31 because when you go to the assumption sheet, your D51 is 5%. So when you come here, what is assumption? D51, you can see D51 times the same sales, which is D9, right? Times the same sales, which is D9, right? That is why we have to make that formula that way. So I can even make this so that you can see it's referencing this particular cell. So that is why I left it as relative. So having done that, we can just sum this. And here we are. This is the total variable selling and administrative expense budget. So we can also sum the total. You get the same thing. Good. Right. So we can also use this and just sum the total, and there we go. So this is for variable aspect. So for the fixed aspect, is already fixed. It's a fixed amount. We are not timesing it by anything. So whether we are making production of 100 units, 1,000 units, or a million units, these are fixed expense. Your rent, you're going to pay rent. It's still the same amount of rent, transportation. So we'll just go and pick it from the assumption sheet. So equal to, and we move to the assumption sheet. And here we are, just pick it from the assumption. So I will leave this cell as relative because I want to copy downwards and to the right. So having captured this, we just copy downwards and copy to the right. So I really love you to understand when I'm using this relative absolute, because if you don't do that, you see, you will just be going in and out equal to and picking one after the other, right? Just know how to make your formula dynamic, and it's just good to go, right? Makes the work so easy and fast, right? Having done that, let's sum it up. This is the total. Then you can fill to the right, and there we go. So we can also sum the total at this side, and there we go. You can fill downwards, and also get the total here. So this is the total of the fixed selling and admin expense budget. The total for both the fixed and admin will sum the total of selling and admin expense budget. So you just add this plus this. That is it. So you fill to the right, and here we go. I think we also fill to the right. Yeah, also fill to the right. So this is the selling and administrative expense budget. So at the end, our total selling and administrative budget is 3,264,775 naira. So this is what we'll be spending for the period of January through to June. This is what we are forecasting or budgeting to spend on selling and admin. So imagine if this was maybe included in production. So your gross profit will be misleading because your gross profit should show actually what went into production, right? So then this your net profit will be showing, okay, what are the expenses that you incurred while running the business. That's why we needed to separate those direct costs that you incur while carrying out production and other costs that are incurred to run the business, which we call more like operating expenses. So I believe this gives you an insight. So you can see the difference, and it is important we separate it. And that is what we have done in this series of budgeting in Excel. Right. So if you have not watched the previous series, I will want you to go and do that, and you'll see how it all connects to each other. Right. So this brings us to the end of this lesson, selling and admin expense budget in Excel. In our next lesson, we still have two lessons to go through. We are done with the cost part of the budget. We are done with the cost part of the budget. We'll be looking at the cash budget. We want to really know the liquidity nature of the business. What cash do we really have? Right. How much cash do we foresee to have in January, February, March, based on the policies the organization have put in place? So I expect you to keep tab with this channel. If you've not subscribed, do what to subscribe. And if you've gotten value from this video, like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified when we'll be bringing the next lesson in this series to you. Thank you for staying true, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.